So, good afternoon, everyone. This is Lisa Ware, Senior Group Leader. Today, we're going to talk about stuff that I think is quite important. I would say that I am sure that there is a lot of people that want more confidence. And I want you to, on your notes page, would you kindly, you're going to do a lot of little things here, all right? So put number one and put confidence, and then put on a scale, if you think one is no confidence at all, absolutely none whatsoever to do this and the company and everything. And then 10 is you are absolutely so confident you've joined the right thing, you're doing the right thing, and you're brilliant and all the rest of it. And then everything in between. Can I just suggest if you put one, do you know what? You better go to another network. Okay. And I don't mean that to be rude, but I really am actually quite serious about that. Okay. So that's the first thing. Number two, if you could write time. And again, one being you absolutely believe you've got no time. And 10, of course you've got time. And by the way, of course you've got time means you've got at least 5 hours a week. All right. So hopefully I should have everybody putting 10 there. Okay. Number three, you'd like more belief in what you do. And that is obviously with UW. One is you don't need that much belief. All right. But 10 is you need lots of belief. You need lots of help and belief. So put yourself where you think you are there. Okay. Number four, do you want instant belief that you've joined the right company to earn good money? Just say yes or no. Do you want some instant belief that you've joined the right company and you want to have belief in it? And then last of all, I'm going to say to you, I'm going to show you how you can turn all this belief around. Now, if I can do this in 30 minutes, I'm damn good. So I'm going to have to probably talk at a pace. So the first thing I want you to do underneath on that page now, I want you to draw an ellipse that is horizontal ellipse. You know what I mean by an ellipse? Not a circle. An ellipse is like an oval, but it's horizontally. Do a little oval, and then I want you to draw 3 sticks that come off it, one each side and one in the middle. Now, this is a caricature of a typical stool. Okay, it's a belief stool. Now, I'm going to suggest to you that if somebody knocks your confidence or belief in UW, if one of those legs go, do you think you're likely to topple over? You would, wouldn't you? Yeah. Now I want you next door to draw another ellipse horizontally, and I want you to draw from it at least 20 sticks. Legs. Just, this has not got to be Picasso. Just, yeah, there's a good reason. Now, imagine if there's 20 legs. If somebody comes along and has a go at you, as they do, and they knock your confidence about UW, do you think you're going to topple over? The answer would be no. So the aim is to get you from not a lot of confidence to masses. Imagine having a belief stool with 100 legs. Can I say that's me? In fact, I've probably got 200 legs on mine. Okay, because you cannot dent my confidence. Yes. Do you think things go wrong for me? Of course they do. All the time. Stuff goes wrong all the time. It does in any business. It's just that I've got a lot of confidence that I know this will work well. All right. So there's a beginning thing to give you an idea of what we're talking about. So what's the very first thing that we can do, okay, to help our belief and our confidence? Well, I'm going to share with you. Let's first of all share the old screen. And we're going to be on my partner portal. Okay. Okay, guys, I did say to you from last week that I would have my minimum points, and I'm on 12 today. That's not quite true. I'm actually on more than that, but there's loads of pending. All right, so there we are. We're getting there. All right. Now, let's just show you what I want you to see. Events. Let's show you about events. How can we build our belief and confidence? Well, it is without a shadow of a doubt that the more events we attend, the more we build our belief and confidence. Can I share this with you? As somebody that has obviously got lots and lots and lots of partners, it is absolutely the most incredible thing to witness for real. That the people that show up, for example, even at a buzz, it is interesting how they're the ones that I see putting on customers and partners. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. And it is because there is something magical about being in the room, learning some stuff, sharing it with other people, and maybe even getting tips and ideas of others. So don't just go to one buzz. Do you know what? If you can jump in the car, why don't you say to yourself one evening, oh, look, let's go and do that. Why don't we make it an evening out, perhaps have a meal or something like that and turn it into a real social? Go to another one. All right. Here's another way to get belief. You must attend the annual conferences. There are actually only three. There is Power Up. There is in September this year, it's the 6th, it's Amplify at the Coventry Building Society Arena. And then in the January, we have something called kickoffs. And they are absolutely major to helping us with our belief. But in addition, I want to say to you, do you know, if you aren't making use of this incredible free training, there's something seriously wrong. And I know that we all get tired in the evenings. We've had a long day, we've done things. But you know what? Go on to this and have a look. Look, getting restarted. I tell you what, if you did that 10 times in a year, if you did it every month, it wouldn't do you any harm. Because it is dear Claire Hinger, who I know last night with Hannah Leaning did Skills Pays the Bills, didn't she? Incredible stuff. You've got to do some of this. All right. So getting restarted, I absolutely recommend a networking masterclass. Okay. What else have we got here? Let's run through stuff. Just bear with us because, be a better mentor. That's worth it. And we've also got getting multi-service customers. Now, some of these are very short and sweet. They're only like 30 minutes. Effective recruiting, goal setting. Then, if you're of a certain level, there is getting to senior team leader, getting to team leader. Can I just say something? Even if you're a team leader now, doing getting to team leader really helps. I go on this every so often, and I'm a senior group leader, 2-star, but I go on it because do you know what? I always pick up something new and I want to see what the team are getting and how it's evolved. Getting to future team leader, launch your business. Look at this one. A day with Steph and Robin, 28th of August. Oh my God, all this stuff is free, guys. It's one of the biggest ways to build your belief. Please, please, please do some of it. And it goes without saying, if we went back and we went to learning and training, there is a wealth of stuff in this A to Z. It's absolutely massive. All right. So that stuff, I have to say, is a given. So now I want to take you somewhere else. Just bear with me. And I've got to do a new share. Okay. Can you see our Wes and Nick Schoenfeld? Yeah? Okay. Nick Schoenfeld is our chief, he's our financial officer. In other words, he's a big wig accountant. He knows his stuff. more than most. He's got a pedigree background. I'm not going to go through it all. If you've not watched The Big Night In, guys, there are still some of these. Even if you latch on at 11 o'clock tonight, I really recommend this. But I'm going to kind of simplify some of the things he said because I think it will help with your belief and your confidence. All right, because it's terribly important to have as an underpinning, to have a belief that you're actually in the right business. I think that's a fundamental. I want to share the first premise. There are lots of network marketing opportunities out there. Every other one that I've ever been, I get hit on all the time. Would I like to join? They're all products. Products you have to buy and then sell. You can get left with this stuff. Would you say that, selling some gorgeous scent or beauty cream is really appropriate to people that are struggling to even pay their bills or get enough money to put food on the table? I would put it to you that I think that the first things that people give up when times get tough are usually the gym membership. Although the ironic thing is, if you're nice and fit, that also helps you with confidence. But they do, they give that stuff up and they give up all the things that aren't necessary. Whereas what we have are the most essential everyday services. Everyone's got to use energy. Everyone's got to, no, they haven't got to. Oh, come on. Can anyone give up their mobile phone now? I don't think so. In fact, try and take it off someone. I actually think it would be like coming off heroin. I don't think people could do without it. That goes with broadband as well, doesn't it? And then other things that we use and our insurances. So we are in the essential services. And I think that should instantly say to you, you're doing the right thing. Now, look, bear with us while I do this. Can you see? I hope so. Can you see UW strong balance sheet? Thank you. Right. He was right. UW should have been purple. Okay. This first of all is kind of like, it gives you some real idea. Okay. So utility warehouse, in terms of what they call net debt, operating as a company, and remember this is a major PLC, our debt, look at this. Look, it's less than half of Tesco's. And it's almost 2.5 times less of BT. So every company has what they call an EBITDA. I'm not going to go into what that is. This seriously is that there is always what they call net debt that happens. Okay. But look at ours. That's something to be so proud of. Imagine, people are foolish enough to believe if it's on the TV, it's real. Now we all know, do we all know that advertisers lie? Okay, do we know that the news isn't always real? I think so. Okay. So people have belief in Tesco's and BT, but actually seeing that, you'd start to question, wouldn't you? You really would. So this is really good stuff for us to understand. Right. Here's the next thing. Benefits of a multi-service proposition. Right, guys, I have really got to hammer this home quickly. Please, please focus on homeowners. Not because we're tenantist, but tenants tend to move more. All right. 12-month contracts, some of them 6 months. When they move out, The company's chasing the landlord, chasing an agent. And then when the new person moves in, they're chasing that person to start paying by direct debit. That's where the debt incurs. And 97% of it, ladies and gentlemen, is there. All right. If you want to know this net debt, it's there. You go for homeowners, but look what happens as you take on a homeowner with more services. Now, Nick said it. The reality is the more services they take, they actually increase their lifetime as a customer with UW. It's fact. Why do you think I am always offering a minimum of 3 services? It's so rare that I sign someone up with 2 or less. It's almost non-existent because in reality, they truly save more. When they take the cashback card, you've just increased their life expectancy again, in terms of UW, I must say. All right. And it seriously makes a difference. Do we want to be paid long-term income? Yes. This is what matters. They also get the lowest energy tariffs as well. Okay, so this is very, very, very important. And then this is a fantastic graph. Take a look at what's going on. Look, in reality, this is a unique selling proposition. We are the only company that spans energy, insurance, mobile, broadband. You've got Sky that offer broadband and mobile, and they do TV, don't they? You've got Vodafone in there and EE. You've got British Gas that tentatively offer boiler cover and a bit of insurance with their energy, and OVO do similar. And then you've got Tesco's that kind of span insurances and they offer Tesco Mobile. But we are the only company that does it all. How utterly amazing is that? And that means we can offer the most incredible simplicity, all right? Absolutely incredible. And what it does is this, and maybe you didn't understand this virtuous circle. It's a unique platform for what they call subscription style home services. Now, both Nick and Wes were saying that people are used to subscription, aren't they? Because they sign up for things like Netflix and stuff like that. So this isn't uncommon. So basically, we are the unique company that provides this multi-service platform. Supported by award-winning customer service. All right, so things like, oh my God, I mean, are you aware we're coming up to 90 Which endorsements now? I mean, this is nuts. And that doesn't include things like U-Switch, Simply Switch. Then you've got De facto, Moneyfax. Oh, the Citizens Advice Bureau saying they get the least complaints. I think that's an amazing one. It's a unique structural cost advantage because it's only one company. And we had a bit of a giggle. We said there's only one CEO. There used to be 2, but there's one now. There's one of everything. How amazing is this? And do you know what keeps the cost down? Is us. Because we are the marketing arm. But the company doesn't take all our individual costs, do they? So how amazing is that? What a clever concept. Yeah. It's our unique word of mouth route to market that makes the difference. Guys, have some of this, your heart. Do you know what? When I am doing what I'm doing, it's in my DNA and I absolutely believe that what I'm offering is the best. Why? Because I've got the damn stuff and I know it works. Here's me in the middle of nowhere with my 11 megabytes of broadband because that's all that can be provided to me. Yeah. And here I am running my Zooms and it works. I'm absolutely proof. And that brings you back, which helps customers navigate signing up for multiple products at once. It is absolutely formidable. And then driving the growth through multi-service proposition. And basically, he went through what's going on at the moment. We've got the free energy days. Do you know what? There is something in me that's going this. Please, please, please go beyond the 31st of July because I really think it's making a difference. We've got EV tariffs, although I personally put people onto Economy 7 because our Economy 7 rate is even better than our EV rate. So I do that for folk, okay? Broadband. Look, it's never been done before. Which? Energy and broadband at the same time. No one's ever got it. There's a new loyalty tariff for existing customers with the broadband now. There's a few teething problems before anybody comes at me. They will iron them out. Give them a couple of weeks. Yeah. There's the high ultra speed full fibre broadband that's been launched, and they're still continuing the try before you buy with City Fibre. It's been extended now, all right, to amplify. No, the end of the year, I should say. The end of the year. Mobile, multi-SIM offering, additional unlimited SIMs at £10. And a second SIM unlocks, is counted as an additional service, which really, really helps. And there was one, eSIMs to be launched. That's coming. Oh, would you say that might have something to do with Amplify? I think so. And then the cashback card. Well, they've stuck it on Apple Pay and Google Pay. There are new retailers that have come into it all, and they've been offering this try before you buy, which I think is marvelous. Because really, why would someone say no to something that is being sent to them for free and they can get it for free for 3 months? And it's increasing the number of people that take it on. So the partnership with TalkTalk, this is something new. It's being trialed, okay? And more of this is going to come into play. Basically, what's going on, it's a cross-sell partnership. I don't know if you're aware, it's not great to say that we are TalkTalk. We're not. Right? We've always been in partnership, but under the wholesale side of it. And our broadband is equivalent to their commercial. So it's like we actually have a better quality broadband service than what normal TalkTalk residential customers receive. And if you don't know that, then I'm just saying that's always been the case. And they're going to do more of this, okay? The cross-sell approach, he went into details, all right? UW has the data on customer names and addresses. Customers can register interest in speaking to a partner. And then there's future opportunity. So an opportunity to cross-sell other UW services into the existing customer base. So they're on about maybe cross-selling energy, broadband, mobile, insurance, everything, the cashback card to these TalkTalk customers, which will be given to us. Happy days. Okay, further opportunities. So, connectors, guys, I'm going to just say to you, connectors is you are bringing in lead generators. That's what they are. Ideally, they're charities, they're organisations, communities. They may be people like accountants, financial advisors, mortgage advisors that say they're far too busy to do this. And it's simply what happens is when we receive a lead from them, a name and a number, and we go and do the work as we do, the sign up, what happens is we're put into the QIP, the upfront income, and we share that customer bonus with that lead generator. Okay. But it does mean that for some people, they're getting a lot more leads. And I would say that some of those leads could generate new partners for your network. And that's how you should be viewing it. All right. It is absolutely magical stuff what's going on at the moment. And then there were these outside analysts and their commentary. Okay. Quite interesting how the outsiders view us. So it said an industry leader in the period, Telecom Plus was awarded the Which recommended provider status for both energy and broadband, and the first company to ever hold both awards simultaneously. In our view, this is a strong endorsement that highlights Telecom Plus's differentiated offering and strong level of customer service. I'm surprised they didn't take on board the Citizens Advice Bureau saying the least number of complaints. And then Peel Hunt, their view on it was all about this extra 25,000 customers from TalkTalk. Okay, so it's bringing the numbers up, and it says early signs are encouraging. So what about, I think this is the one that you've got to have some incredible thing. You've got to have some amazing, if this doesn't build your confidence, right? I think one of the worst things you could do is join a business where the market is already saturated. Would you agree? I mean, imagine, I just can't, like I go to these county shows and fetes and fairs. Do you ever notice the stalls? There might be something stupid like 5 crochet bric-a-brac stalls all selling the same thing. And I think to myself, gee whiz, you haven't got a lot of hope, have you? With, is everybody else doing the same? Whereas take a look at this. What we have to get excited at is that we've only got 3% of the market. So we're offering better quality customer service, simpler billing, and we are cheaper than these companies. So what makes me excited on the energy? We've only got 3% of the energy market. I think that's wonderful. That means we can eat into all these other companies. And did you hear what Nick Schoenfeld said? Octopus and OVO don't even meet Ofgem's minimum criteria. Wow. So they're basically running seriously in debt. Well, we know that Octopus was just given over 1 million customers, weren't they, from companies that went bust? Do we want those companies? No. Do we want those customers? Customers that have been gone to a company that buys energy more expensively than they sell it to them, and that's how they end up going in debt. Do you think that's a company that doesn't know what it's doing? Yeah. And then those people end up in debt. And Octopus have taken all those customers. Nice. Not. So we can have some confidence here. Broadband. We hardly show. We're about 1%. Oh, happy days. Anybody ever noticed how expensive BT and Virgin and all of them are? Yeah. Mobile, similar. I tell you what's really good about our mobile offering. I know we would all like an essential that was cheaper. That's me included. But in reality, what is going on is we're in a transition phase, ladies and gentlemen, where if you haven't yet clocked it, landlines are being got rid of. It's called stop sell. There will be no landlines. Mobile is the medium device on the way we speak, talk, communicate. Mobiles are the future, and it's a massive mobile market. The reality is most households have more than 2 mobiles. That's happy days. And our unlimited data offering is really good. And I don't know if you know what the plus means on Unlimited Plus. It actually does mean that it's hard to explain this, but basically we're not throttled. I don't know if you know, but when you hear about these cheap people, people have got Leica at £5 a month. Well, the reality is their services are throttled, which means that they basically don't give them masses of usage. It's kind of like pulled back, like when all the kids come on and stuff like that. So they don't get the quality service that they should do. That doesn't happen with us. And then the boiler and home assistance. Do you know what? There's very few companies out there. We've all heard of, is it called Home Serve? And then there's British Gas. There aren't many others, but they're not very good. We are the best. Reality, we are the best. In fact, it's absolutely stunning. And take a look at this. This is what we was on about. Look, We are in the big seven, but we are seventh. And even, as Nick Schoenfield said, even when we get to 2 million customers, we will still be seventh. But that should excite you because it means we can overtake these others, as we gradually will do. Because we're at a point where we're growing in numbers in the network, and so it's a bit like an organic exponential growth. It will just keep growing faster and we will move up. Can I just say something? I don't know if you're aware, but 5 years ago, nobody had even heard of Octopus, right? It was always British Gas with their 16.5 million customers. This is nearly all fake. Masses of advertising, and many of those customers have just been literally thrust on them, given to them. And if you are interested to know more about Octopus, it is fascinating when you dig deep. Okay, I won't say any more on that, but that is a very fake stat there. So, guys, let's stop the share. How can you get better? Increase your activity, a bit like going to the gym, do it every day, and results come. If you just do something once a month, it's never going to happen. It will not happen. You've got to do more. Get on the trainings. Do them. Crikey, they're free, for crying out loud. Come to Buzzes. I think I'm going to do a quick plug. I've been asked on the 5th of August, I'm coming to Basingstoke as the speaker. All right, so I'll be there if you want to come and see me. If you don't, then I know that nobody loves me. Right, but what I'll say to you is attend Buzzes, not just one, go to others. Do you know what? Get in the room with as many people as you possibly can at different times. All right, and it really will help. Your belief store will go from that 3 legs to one that's got 20, 50, 100 legs of belief. All right. There is no short change on how to do this. You've got to do the do, and it really will happen. But listen, my last words on this, if you haven't yet watched one of the replays, and it's less than an hour, all right, please sit down, cast it, mirror it onto your big screen. And I tell you what, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Did that help you sort of like understand a little bit more of where we're at? Yeah. Help build a bit of belief? Yeah. So in that case, I'll see you this time, 4:30 next week, guys. Thank you for joining me live. Bye-bye.